Well, let's hear now from one of the scheme's opponents. Jerry Marshall is the chairman of the Action Groups Against High Speed 2. Joins me in the studio now. Good morning to you.
Hi, Rachel.
Now, a lot of people would say you just don't want this going through your back garden. You're actually based in Coventry, and the rail line would run somewhere near your home.
Yeah, no, that's right. And inevitably, it's the people close to the line that blew the whistle first. But actually, we've now been joined by a whole range of organisations, from the Taxpayers Alliance to the Green Party to the Adam Smith Institute and so on. And the problem is really the economic case. This doesn't stack up. This will cost £1,700 per household. It will cost 4 jobs for every one it creates. It's massively expensive, much more per kilometre, 10 times more per kilometre than in France. So, you know, the case doesn't stack up. There are better alternatives, better ways to deal with capacity, all our capacity requirements, than HS2.
I'll get onto that in a moment. Just in terms of you saying if there's no business case, the government would say, well, it makes it so much quicker for business people to get from Birmingham to London, eventually possibly even from Scotland and so on. That's valuable time for them that they could just be sitting in their car, idling away hours.
Yeah. It will probably save about 16 minutes in the end. It's half an hour compared with current time, but times are speeding up. That makes it about £2 billion per minute saved. That's not going to transform the economy. Even Lord Digby-Jones, who's very much in favour of it actually, says the only thing it will do for Birmingham is turn it into a dormitory town. So great, Birmingham's going to become a commuter zone for London. Is that really what the Midlands wants, to become some kind of dormitory town? We should be competing on our own, 2 feet with equivalent areas in Europe.
So, OK, make your case when you say there are better alternatives to try and boost business in this country. What would you suggest instead?
Well, primarily we're talking about infrastructure and capacity needs. Capacity on the West Coast Main Line at peak times is actually only 56% loading. That's much less than the 200% from Reading to Paddington, for example. The problem is trains to Milton Keynes, which are overcrowded. They need to be dealt with now. They can't wait till 2026 when HS2 relieves it. And you can do that by dealing with Ledburn Junction, 243 million, do that within 5 years. The other problem is the 703 from Euston, which is the first off-peak train, and that is horrendously crowded. That's the Faircliff problem. And there must be a better way of sorting it than building a completely new line, just smoothing that cliff so you don't get everyone waiting for the off-peak.
Do you have environmental concerns? I mean, they have said, well, the idea is that today we may hear about more tunnels and so on to make it less of an eyesore and more aesthetically pleasing for the countryside. Would that allay any of your concerns, or are you really only a businessman?
There are environmental issues. This goes through 51 areas of ancient woodlands and an area of outstanding natural beauty. So that is an issue. Now, what is it we want to leave to our children and grandchildren? Is it being able to get to Birmingham 16 minutes quicker, or is it the tranquil countryside that this will plough through? So that is an issue. Obviously, CO2 is an important issue, and this will worsen most of the travellers will be completely new journeys, according to HS2, or there'll be transfers from more environmentally friendly existing trains. Only a very tiny proportion come from planes or from cars, so it doesn't make any sense environmentally.
Jerry, good to have your thoughts. We'll be exploring this in lots of detail today, both sides of the argument, but for now, Jerry Marshall, the chairman of Action Groups Against High Speed 2, thanks for your time.